I'm here in Montreal at la Maison Bellarmin for the grand opening of the Jesuit archives and Jesuits in Canada. What is particular about this, you're going to ask? Well, we combined the archives of both the French and English provinces of Canada, meaning that the archives that were found in Toronto were all moved here in Montreal for better accessibility and for a reunion of the Jesuit history in Canada. The Jesuit who first arrived in Canada in 1611, so it's going to be 400 years old very soon, in just about 2 years. And we had the privilege to meet here several key people who worked very hard to realize this project.
It is wonderful to see the number of people that are interested in what we're doing here tonight, but what we want to do here in the next few months or from now on. And that is to make available to people the riches, I should say, or the treasures of the Jesuit archives. In Canadian history, the Jesuits are part of the founding myth of this country. And to bring together the archives from the French-Canadian province and from the English-speaking province means that everything now concerning the Jesuits will be in one place. All the archives of the Jesuit relations, of the epic of exploration and so forth, the contact with the native people in the old regime, but even in more modern times about education and so forth, are now all going to be in one place. And the library of some 15,000 books on the Jesuits and on the Jesuits in Canada is certainly in line to be one of the best libraries on that kind of topic.
It's wonderful to have the two provinces of Canada coming together, both the English Jesuits and the French Jesuits, because our roots come from the same initial story. And many people in Canada know that story. The story of Jean de Brébeuf and Isaac Jogues and their companions. And that story really is the thread that is at the core of our tradition as Jesuits and has continued to be part of the spirit of our missionary work and our work in the country over the last almost 400 years now. And also, having the two groups coming together here, both provinces, means that they're coming together to reflect on a common heritage. And the provincial of this province made it very clear that this is to be a place where people come to share in the Jesuit experience that both reflects the English heritage and the French. And in sharing in that experience, hopefully many theses will be written, and hopefully a lot of common understanding between French and English Canada will occur on that level. And hopefully also there will be a sense of the importance of Jesuit history in the country.
The opening of this archives is, in one way, a real event and a symbolic event. It's a real event because it brings together all of the history of the Jesuits in Canada from the very beginning. It's symbolic in the sense that in the beginning we were one province, then we separated to be English and French in Canada, and now this is a sign of collaboration and coming together as we were in the beginning. And I think it's a kind of collaboration that we will see more of. We started a novitiate last year. We have now an archives, and I think there will be more collaboration between English and French Canadian Jesuits in the future.
Walking among piles of letters and artifacts maybe doesn't ring a lot to many of us, because they're not living people. But those archives are a way of dialogue between the past, the present, and the future. And they also show us how much has been given to us and part of our heritage we carry with us towards the future, and how much the Jesuits are alive today. And I think that's very important for us and for our church in Canada. For Salt and Light Television, I'm Sébastien Lacroix.